Welcome to Webinars by Rockwell. I have an exciting announcement to make. I'm launching a new online business making webinars for administrative professionals. After more than 40 years as an administrative professional, I'm sharing my knowledge and skill sets with you. In this video, I will share who I am, I'll introduce my team behind the videos, why we are here, and what's in it for you. My name is Diana Rockwell, and I've been writing seminars, webinars, and giving presentations for the past 15 years. As a member of IAAP, the International Association of Administrative Professionals, which is a professional association just for admins, for 25 years, I was able to give presentations while president of my chapter and later as a division and regional officer and director. Growing up, I wanted to be a teacher, but was unable to attend college due to my father's death in my junior year of high school. Instead, I went to business school, which in those days was a year-long course for office practice, stenographers, and bookkeepers. The goal was to reach 120 words a minute in both typing and shorthand, of which I fell short. I did make it to 110 on both, but that left me feeling like I hadn't excelled. Although it was typical when reviewing my academic history of pulling in B+ or A- grades. So I spent my career learning and growing to prove myself. I like this quote by Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. The lesson learned much later in my life was that I didn't need to be perfect in order to excel. Just to find the one or two things I was really good at and do those. I discovered that I didn't need to be good at everything in order to succeed. Everyone can succeed if they work to their strengths rather than focusing on fixing their weaknesses. My career has been varied with experience in the plumbing industry. I prepared orders for toilets, bathtubs, and faucets. The office supply industry. I prepared billing and waited on customers and on the phone to sell paper, mimeograph stencils, spirit duplicator, ditto, and printer supplies. Even equipment like calculators, memory typewriters, word processors, and computers. Even photocopiers. Then to the financial industry, where I did my daily correspondence for a financial advisor, scheduled meetings, ran reports, and transcribed notes. To a church where I prepared bulletins, newsletters, kept building use calendars, and was receptionist opening mail and answering phones. And now to a college. I've spent 10 years in the IT department for 3 different bosses. I've worked on budgets, posting vouchers, scheduling, and managing vendors, and my CIO's calendar. This is the place I finally found my ideal work partner. It took me a while to get there. I was grateful to have worked with her for 15 years. She was my champion, and I will always be indebted to her for encouraging me to come out of my shell and empowering me to make decisions rather than to constantly defer to the boss, even though I knew what the right thing to do was. In the summer of 2021, post-pandemic lockdown, I was moved from my existing location in IT to the presidential office suite. I am currently the executive assistant to the vice president of marketing, communications, development, and technology. I basically am doing the same job I did over the last 10 years, but now I sit in the presidential office suite and support the vice president in addition to my IT duties. By moving into the new office, my job duties did shift from mainly IT to marketing and fundraising related. Each of the sub areas has a director, so day to day is done by them and their respective teams as staff members, which at last count was 27 people. I still post vouchers, requisitions, maintain the budgets for those areas. I manage the cell phone account and the Zoom account and manage over 40 IT software renewal contracts. Over my career, I have watched the profession grow from being just a secretary who types, answers phones, and opens mail to a fully interactive and engaged business partnership with a boss who shares responsibility and does high-level analysis and reporting, all while making their department look good. My webmaster and video guru is my son, Jaden Rockwell. He has experience with his own gaming YouTube channel and has been a great help to me in setting up the technology and learning the capabilities of the tools we have at our fingertips. Jaden is currently sitting for his certification in dog training and hopes to open shop for individual training sessions within the next year or two. My technical advisor is my older son, Michael Rockwell. He works full-time remotely for WordPress as a customer support technician. Self-taught computer skills seems to run in my family. Mike is married to his high school sweetheart, Becky, who's a pre-K teacher, and they have a 2-year-old son, Joshua. Our other two mascots are Luna and Baxter. Luna is Jaden's service dog and is half German Shepherd and part Husky, although she looks exactly like a Belgian Malinois. And Baxter is a rescue that we picked up from Arkansas, and we're not quite sure what his pedigree is yet. Now that I've shared my background, I want to tell you about my new venture, Webinars by Rockwell. The purpose for creating this endeavor was to share my knowledge and skills with my colleagues, my fellow administrative professionals, you. Information is a huge commodity in today's social and work environments, but much of it is watered down and not worth our time. 30 or 60-second sound bites don't examine a topic in depth or give you step-by-step instructions you may be looking for. I know I was looking for this information myself and have a difficult time finding it, so Webinars by Rockwell was born. We will break down topics into smaller, manageable segments so you can watch a video on your lunch break, while cooking dinner, or while on your daily commute. I'm not an expert on all of these topics, so don't think I'm trying to be a know-it-all. I'll be learning as you learn. But what I can provide is a unique slant on subjects that I have experience with, and that's the good and the bad experiences. By sharing my stories, whether embarrassing or not, I hope you can glean something you hadn't thought about, or solve a problem you've been searching for, or let you see something from a different angle. Newly released content will be posted on my website, where it will be available for a reasonable cost. Once the transaction is completed, you will receive a private link to a YouTube video. My initial offerings will be with a promotion of 40 for 40. You will get 40 minutes of content featuring both interpersonal skills and technology how-tos, each for $40. We are starting with 25 topics that will be released in a planned manner based on the topic, starting with the basics and adding videos each month to build your skill levels in a measured way. The platforms may change as technology advances and budgets allow, but for now, we will be posting to the website on WordPress since my son works there, and the videos will be PowerPoint-based MP4 format or a Zoom video with payments made through PayPal, which will trigger your YouTube private link through email. I do plan to move to a platform called Teachable at a later date, so payment can be made at the same site rather than having to go to PayPal. In the meantime, you'll be able to find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for community interaction and announcements. I'm offering my first video for free. Let's start with the basics. It will help entry-level admins establish their own basic playlists, if you will, by outlining the top 10 things you need to be successful as an admin today. It would also be useful if you found yourself in an admin position by default. If you fell into your position, you may have gaps in your skills that this video will help you identify. As admins, we tend to learn only what we need in order to get by and get the tasks done. That method of learning does get the job done at the time. However, it often leaves holes in the middle of your skill sets. And don't worry, you won't be asked to join anything or pay for a membership. There are plenty of other entities that offer that. If you're looking for that type of community, try looking into IAAP, ASAP, or ASP. They offer yearly conferences around the country that are jam-packed with content and offer options for networking and growing your LinkedIn contact base. Also check out Office Ninjas and Office Dynamics. They are great resources. Don't ignore offers by vendors like Dell, Microsoft, or Avery. Historically, they've offered both instruction and showing of their new products. In summary, I would like to invite you to join us on the journey to become the best you can be. The person in your office everyone wants to go to for information. Be the coveted source in your department that has all the executives asking yours where to find another you. Thank you for watching my introductory video, and I hope you will join us. We will be adding the message boards, the comments. We'll have separate videos with FAQs, and I'll bring some of my friends for some panel discussions. That will go along with the excellent content that we will be creating. Not everything may be available right now, but as we grow, watch for announcements for additional services and offerings so you can get started finding solutions and enhancing your skills. Bye for now.